Alright, so once you have logged into Scratch, this should be exactly what you are looking at. Alright, so the way that this is laid out, so here's our codes, and each one has, its own little colored category, but you could also scroll through these. It's just much less efficient to do it like that. Here's where we will do our costumes, and sounds are right here. And this is where the code will go, and then this is where all the action takes place. Alright, so first of all, it comes with a little cat sprite. We're going to click on this little X to get rid of that. For this, we are going to create a background. So it's called a backdrop. And we have all of our little tools along the side, So what we're going to do is let's grab the rectangle. And let's see, we're going to change this, so don't worry too much about it, but let's get it at least close to what we're going to do. We're going to put like some grass in. So let's see, we probably don't need an outline for this. Alright, so I'm going to take my rectangle, I'm going to draw some grass, so you can see it go over there. Now if you go to the fill right here, notice we just have, you can make it brighter or darker or whatnot. But if we go to the paint can, and then we go to the fill, now we could do a gradient. So let's make it, so let's have it go from like a darker green to a lighter green. And then as you hover over it, right, it shows you what it's going to look like. So I'll click that. So now I've got a little gradient. Okay, let's use another rectangle for our sky. So let's make it blue. Alright, so draw your rectangle, and I didn't quite get it all the way, so I'm just going to do that. And let's put a gradient on that. So instead of going to a green, let's go just to like a really light blue. Perfect. Alright, we got our little backdrop here. Okay, so now we can go back to code. So here's where we'll be able to do some things. Alright, so let's create some sprites. So this is where we name our sprite. Here will be the location. So if we hover over this, adding a sprite, we can upload our own. We can just have random, which we don't want. We can paint, or we can use the gallery. And this will be on our next assignments. Today we're going to draw ours because we're going to use initials. So paint, and now we're back over here. So I'm going to use the paintbrush, and I'm going to do 10. I kind of want it to be, well, let's make it a little bit bigger. 15. Alright, so we're going to draw your first initial. So pick what color you want that to be. And let's see, so mine's an A. You want to kind of do it in the middle. We can make it smaller, so if you want to draw big, that's fine. Kind of makes it a little easier. I'm definitely not an artist. Okay, and I'm going to use my paint can, and maybe I'll just do like a lighter pink inside there. Okay, so I've got my A, and if I use my select tool, just kind of drag over this, I can make it smaller and then bring it back into the middle. Alright, so you can see over here that that's our A. So I'm going to name this A, and I'm also going to move it to where I want it to be. Alright, let's add another sprite. We're going to draw. You hopefully have 3 initials because that's what we need. So let's see. I'm going to use paint again. Yeah, purple works. Okay, so now I have to figure out how to do an S. Alright. Okay, there are better S's in the world, but this one is mine. Okay, I'm going to fill it up with a lighter purple. And then I'm going to make it a little smaller, move it into the middle. Okay, so I'm going to name this one S. Just put it right there. Alright, one more. So we're going to paint our sprite. This time I'm going to go with the blue. No, maybe yellow. Alright, so C, that's an easy one. Oh, you would have thought. However, there we go. Let me click on my paint can. I don't want to go too much lighter, but we'll do that. Okay, and then make it smaller, put it there. Okay, I'm going to name it C, and I'll move it to where I want. All right, so if you need to pause to finish up your initials, go for it, because now we're going to add some code. All right, basically what we're going to do is we're going to have each of these move, but in a different way. So under our motion, we have move, we have go-tos, we have glides, right? We have all these different things. So first off, we want to do our A, so click on your A. And the very first thing we need is an event. So when this flag, so this is the flag to start. So when that is clicked, what do we want our A to do? So we go back to motion. So let's say we're going to have you go to a location. Now notice this is the location it currently is. So I'm just going to move this for a second. So 150, 104. So I want you to go to 150, 104. And then I want you to wait for 1 second, so that's a control. And then let's go to a random position, right? Who knows what that's going to be. And we will wait for 1 second. And then let's go back to our starting place. So that is, 121 and 61. Perfect. All right, so if I were to unselect any of these, right? Like if I just wanted to try just this one first, I could, right? Only when these things are connected will they all work. So if I run my A, it goes there, waits, goes random, waits, comes back. Perfect. All right, let's go to the S. So we need our control, our event. So when clicked, what is S going to do? So let's say, now notice we can change the direction of our sprite, so point in direction, point towards. So let's point in the direction of up, right? So that'll be a 0. And then we are going to go some steps. So let's say 100 steps. And then let's have it wait for a second so we can see the results of that. And then we're going to have it point back down, so point in direction 180, and move, just unclick one, double clicking FYI, runs the code. We'll fix that, don't worry. So it's going to move 100 steps, and then let's wait 1 second, and then to end, actually, let's have it point back to the right where it started. All right, so let's see if we can do this. All right, so its starting place, right, was higher because I accidentally double-clicked it, but that got it back to pointing to 90, so now let's try it. So it goes up, moves around, it's back. Okay, there's our S. Let's do our C now. All right, we need our event when the flag is clicked. This time we're going to do some gliding. So glide for 1 second to, so this is where it starts. So let's glide to that. So minus 125. See, I'm just grabbing the coordinates down here. And 107. Okay. I'm going to put this back over here. And let's have it wait for 1 second. And then let's have it glide to a random position. And wait 1 second. And then let's have it glide back to our starting place. So 182.51, that's already in there. All right, so if I push this, now they're all doing their own little things, right? That is going to be your assignment, to make your name dance. So let me name this. So this will be example dance. Now when it's time to share it with me, right? That's what you got to do. You need to share it. And then it'll take you back to here, and then you can copy the link, or you can just grab it from the URL, and then that will be the public one that I can use. If you need to ever find your stuff under your name, you go to My Stuff, and you got a bunch of things, and so you can just click on the one you need. And if you haven't shared it at that point, you'd be able to share it and then copy the link, but I've already shared it, so you'd submit that to Canvas. All right, have fun playing with Scratch.